Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've had a wonderful week or weekend. Okay, so we are in part 4 of my series that's entitled Can You Spare a Minute? Remember, SPARE, the 5 letters in the word SPARE are an acronym for spiritual, professional, academic, relational, which we're on today, and emotional fitness. Okay, because I'm all about being fit in your purpose, figuring out what it is and in what way you should be contributing, right, to society. And a lot of times that means we got to be in tune with what our purpose is, right? So today is all about relational fitness. And I'm going to be honest, since I put this together from the very, very beginning, I've struggled on this one because when you talk about relational fitness, being fit relationally, right, with any type of relationship doesn't just have to be romantic, with your coworkers, with your family, with your friends, with acquaintances. I mean, there's just so much to cover that I'm like, what do I say in 5 minutes? So I think I got it. Okay. But just know this is by no means, this is just a snippet of something. I could probably do a series on relational fitness by itself, right? But I decided to take some experiences of my own and tie them into relational fitness. By no means am I a relationship expert. I am a sociologist. I study people for a living. I've had my own ups and downs in relationship. I like to think I've had more ups than downs, but we all do, right? At the end of the day. But I genuinely do. I genuinely do feel like I've had more ups and downs. But there's 2 areas when it comes to relational fitness that I honestly believe are going to tie into you being the best version of yourself to be able to be fit in your purpose holistically. Okay. So the first thing is this: I have spent some time alone. I have spent some time getting to know me, date me, drive out somewhere by myself. I've gone to the movies by myself, gone out to eat by myself. But I've really spent a while now getting to know me and really listening, honestly, for what God wants for me to have in my life, right? And so I know everyone's not in a position to be able to do this. Okay. So that's the first disclaimer. I totally get that. But even if you are somebody that's like, and it's probably a little bit more challenging if you are like in a marriage or in a long-term relationship, maybe not, I'm, single right now, so I live by myself. I'm able to do things by myself, and so it's probably a little bit easier for me in this season of my life to be able to kind of date myself and to do all these things solo. But because I have spent this time by myself, I did not want my time to be wasted. Okay. I've learned several things. And so I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned what I like, what I don't like. I've known these things before, but when you're truly by yourself, you really have to learn to be okay being self-reflective. I've learned, more about what's probably considered good and bad, some maybe quirks I have or don't have, and all of those things. And so my first thing is this: to be relationally fit, you have got to find a way to get to know yourself. And I would say get to know yourself in a new way, right? I think it's always good to do a self check in. Who I am at 41 is not who I was at 31, definitely wasn't who I was at 21. So we should be changing and getting better, right, as we get older, right? But we do change, we do evolve. And sometimes the people that we are in relationship with maybe are not going to grow with us. We might be going in one direction, they might be going in another direction. So it might be time, if relationships are coming and going in your life, it might be time to do a self check, right? To check in with yourself regularly. So get to know you, get to know what you like, what you don't like, what makes you happy, what makes you sad. Because here's why. What I've learned is that now that I feel like I'm in a space where I really, really know me, I know I'm in a space where I won't settle. I won't settle in relationships, whether it's romantically, whether it's, professionally, whether it's, even with acquaintances, being very, and this is actually going to lead into my second point, mindful, right? Of, is this going to be beneficial in both ways, right? And so I know that came about because I was able to spend some time getting to know myself. For me, my faith is very important. So that meant prayer and reading my word and, all of those things to bring it together collectively. So if you have not had an opportunity Be intentional about getting to know yourself and be okay with it, right? As long as you're not doing, I always say, as long as you're not doing anything illegal or, that's going to harm other people, it's okay to spend time with yourself and ask, what is it that I want? Because it will put you in a place where you won't settle. Now, my second point, I'll be a little quicker on this because I'm already at 5 minutes, is to have and to use your discernment. Some of us may have a stronger gift of discernment, if you will, than others, but I think to a certain degree we all have it. We just choose not to use it, right? Discernment is like when somebody's waving that big red flag, whether that's a romantic relationship or, again, a professional relationship. If a person is not a safe person, if a person is a toxic person, if a person is just, not everybody is meant to be in our lives, right? Not everybody is for everybody. I've heard that said. So when we practice discernment, it keeps us in a space where we can keep moving forward within our purpose without constantly having to backtrack because we got to clean up a relationship or we got to, try to fix something that really shouldn't have been something to have to fix in the first place, right? So get to know yourself and use your discernment. I don't think you can go wrong with that. I mean, that's not an end all to be all list of, being relationally fit, but I think it gives you a good place to start. And, we all got to start somewhere. Okay, that's it. I hope y'all have a wonderful week or weekend, and I will see y'all on the next video.